Hello fans, I'm Scott Stuccio. Thanks for checking in here at HersheyBears.com. Well, Christmas is fast approaching, and is usually the case for the Hershey Bears Hockey Club, the team will be home for the holidays. So we go back in the den, presented by Travel Champs, with a look ahead at the Eastern Conference leaders and 5 more greats in Hershey Bears history going into the Hall of Fame this weekend. Before bookending the Christmas holiday with 4 in a row here at Giant Center, the Bears will head back east to take on the Lehigh Valley Phantoms on Friday. Hershey has 1 win and 3 tries overall in the season series to date, and it was a dominant 3-0 win back on October 26th here at home. Philippe Cornet broke a scoreless deadlock early in the second period, Chandler Stevenson scored shorthanded, and Dustin Gaisley finished off the game with an empty netter. Phantoms goaltender Anthony Stolars, who has been playing very well as of late, made 27 stops in the game. Phoenix Copley would be the big story, however, as he posted his second consecutive shutout with 22 saves. At PPL Center, however, the Bears have not been as fortunate playing the Phantoms. The club shook off a bad loss on October 24th with that shutout win at home, and on November 19th, on Hershey's last trip to Allentown, the club found itself down 2-0 after a first period in which Lehigh Valley took a season-high 20 shots on goal. The team was patient and worked furiously to get back in the game. Dane Byers would get Hershey on the board on a late second period power play, and linemate Chris Newberry would burn his former team again, scoring early in the third to knot the score and eventually force overtime. Hershey withstood a barrage of shots in the extra session, 7 to be exact, primarily due to a Phantoms power play handed out just 44 seconds in. The Bears would actually generate the best scoring opportunity, a 2-on-none between Joel Broda and Byers, shorthanded, but the play would fizzle and the Phantoms dodged a huge bullet. The game went to a shootout for the first time in the season, and Blair Jones, reassigned by Philadelphia that day, scored the lone goal in the shootout and earned Lehigh Valley the extra point. Philip Grubauer made 37 saves in the game. Lehigh Valley actually has the East Division's best home points percentage and the 3rd best in the Eastern Conference with a 7-2-2-1 mark at home. The club has had a huge advantage in the early going, as the team is still tied for the fewest games played in the league at 25. However, the Phantoms are on a bit of a skid, recording just 3 regulation wins in their last 10 games. Friday also marks the first of our 7-game slate of road televised games on ABC 27's RTV channel as well. Puck drop between the Bears and the Phantoms is at 7:05 p.m. And as always, we will go on the air 40 minutes before puck drop on the listed stations of the Hershey Bears radio network. The voice of the York Revolution, Daryl Henry, will have play-by-play on radio. Yours truly, alongside ABC 27 Sports Director Greg Mace, will have the call on ABC RTV Channel 27.2, on Comcast Channel 246, Verizon Fios 461, and Coon 67. Airtime on TV is 7 p.m. The Bears will then be back here at Giant Center for the first of 4 games on home ice between the holidays as they take on the Springfield Falcons on Saturday. Prior to puck drop, 5 more names will go on the wall downstairs on the Hershey Bears Hockey Club Hall of Fame concourse wall. Last year on December 1st, 2 men synonymous with the Hershey Bears were inducted as builders. Retired president and COO of Hershey Entertainment and Resorts Company, Mr. Kenneth Hatt, and retired chairman of the board and CEO of Herco, Mr. J. Bruce McKinney. Joining Mr. Hatt and Mr. McKinney were the club's all-time goaltending wins leader, Gordon Red Henry, the club's second all-time games and goals leader, Arnie Coleman, and second all-time leading scorer and fan favorite, Tim Tukey. The true beauty and class of this event stood out primarily because of our honored guest and MC. The Bears welcomed Hall of Fame broadcaster Mike Doc Emrick back to one of his favorite places to participate in a historic night. This year, players Nick Demore, Dunk Fisher, and Gil Gilbert, former publicity director Brent Hancock, and past president of the Hershey National Bank and Hershey Trust Company, Arthur Whiteman, will take their place permanently on Giant Center's concourse in the Hershey Bears Hockey Club Hall of Fame. The Springfield Falcons, the last team to defeat Lehigh Valley on PPL Center ice, will then take to the ice after that ceremony here at Giant Center, seeking redemption from their home opening loss to Hershey. By virtue of entering this week with 3 more games played than the Atlantic Division leading Manchester Monarchs, Springfield leads the conference with a record of 18-9, 1-0, and 37 points. 1 of their 9 overall losses, and 1 of 4 at home, came on October 18th, the Falcons' home opener. After waiting out a banner-raising ceremony proclaiming Springfield's division championship from the previous year, the Bears came out flying. Casey Wellman would score the first of his 2 goals in the game just 3:34 into it, a power play goal that came on one of 13 first-period shots against rookie goalie Anton Forsberg. Wellman patted the Hershey lead with another strike in the second before Dominic Minardo, a Hershey training camp and Washington development camp attendee last year, got the Falcons on the board. Philippe Cornet would strike at the third for the insurance before Dustin Gaisley put the game away with 20 seconds left. Philip Grubauer made 20 saves, entering the win. That game was one of 4 losses suffered by the Falcons at Mass Mutual Center in their first 5 games. Since then, the club has rattled off 17 wins in their last 23 games, including a franchise record 11 straight from November 14th through December 6th to take over the Northeast Division and conference top spot. Since suffering that loss against the Bears, Forsberg has lost just 2 other games in regulation. He is 12-3-0 in 15 starts with 2 shutouts, is second in the league with a 1.66 goals against average, ranks second in wins, and has the league's second best save percentage of .940. No one is really lighting it up offensively for the Falcons, but they do have a dangerous aspect about them. 19 different players have scored at least 1 goal under the coaching leadership of the former boss of the Bears' ECHL affiliate South Carolina Stingrays, Jared Bednar. On-ice leadership in former Bears center and longtime veteran Ryan Craig certainly doesn't hurt either. But the Falcons' most deadly weapon is their speed. They are a hard-skating team and come out flying from the puck drop, and as a result, boast the league's best first-period success. The team has scored 32 times in the opening period of their 28 games played. Hershey's defense and forecheck will again be put to the test. The second and final regular season meeting between the Hershey Bears and the Springfield Falcons will be delayed slightly on Saturday due to the Hall of Fame ceremony. Puck drop is slated for roughly 7:20, but pregame on the entire Bears radio network will begin, as always, at 6:20. A special holiday edition of In the Den will be featured here on HersheyBears.com next week. Until then, we'll talk to you this weekend. I'm Scott Stuscio. Thanks for watching In the Den, presented by Travel Champs.